I have not watched this video. Have you guys seen it yet? If you have, please chime in. Let me know what you thought. The highly anticipated OnePlus Nord isn't scheduled to debut until a week from now, which is July 21st, I believe. But the latest video from MKBHD gives us our first look at the design of the phone alongside several other noteworthy bits of info. So here is I'm assuming, right? This is the Nord. This is the official Nord. I know that, was it a week ago or so? I think Team Varai in chat was a little, he had some concerns that it was going to be a glossy back, and it looks like it is going to be a glossy back. Though for me, the only concern with the glossy back is how bad is it going to be when it comes to being a fingerprint magnet. I don't know if that's the case. Again, I haven't seen the video, so did they actually have, well, I'm assuming the video was it like a Zoom call or something? Was Carl the only one that had it, or did MKBHD actually have a OnePlus Nord? Someone in chat, let me know, because I have no idea. Maybe they'll say it here. The interview conducted with OnePlus co-founder Carl Pei shows us the upcoming OnePlus Buds TWS earphones in an eye-catching teal colorway, which Pei is wearing throughout the video. Right there. I don't know. It's just, I'm still weird about these buds because it just looks so much like AirPods, and it doesn't make sense why they would create something that looks so familiar to AirPods and not make their own kind of design, I guess. Pei also shows the interesting Nord prototype with 3 L-shaped cameras seen in the company's first, quote, New Beginnings video series. We also get to learn about the bill of materials, BOM, costs associated for components like NFC, IP rating, display, and battery. Spoiler alert, NFC adds $4 to the bill of materials cost, while securing an IP rating comes out to $15 due to the expensive machinery used to conduct these tests. Pei reveals that OnePlus waited this long to re-enter the mid-range sector as the company felt the chipsets in the segment, and more specifically the Snap 765G, can finally offer a similar experience to the flagship 8 series SoCs. And then check out the video. I'll check it out later. I haven't had a chance. Actually, I'm going to talk about the Buds a little after this, but let's just go ahead and continue just to make sure I didn't miss anything. This article from The Verge is pretty much, I'm assuming, is going to be the same thing. I just want to see if there's anything that we missed in here. So OnePlus has revealed a first look at the Nord, giving a quick preview to MKBHD's to MKBHD during an interview about the phone's design process. The Nord, which is supposed to be OnePlus's return to mid-range phones. I like how they keep, this is now the second article that's saying it, OnePlus's return to mid-range phones. Their phones weren't mid-range really in the first place. They were higher flagship phones at a cheap price. Let's not get that twisted. This is a mid-range phone, or an inferior processing phone, right? So it's a cheaper price, which is what the original OnePlus was, but it had higher end specs, at least in terms of performance power. Let's not talk about the camera, because the camera then wasn't the best either. But battery, build quality, processor, all higher end. So let's not sit here and start calling it a return to the mid-range, because that's not what OnePlus was about. That, I think people are losing that notion there. If you've been with OnePlus for a while, you know that they offered higher end phones at cheaper prices. This is not what the Nord is. This is well, I don't know, maybe the processor is the only lower end part here, and the camera, and then everything else is higher end from the specs. But I don't like the way that they're wording it. I don't agree with it. So okay, OnePlus has been teasing out details ahead of the launch. In the latest MKBHD video, Brownlee displays a brief look at what the Nord will look like. It bears a strong resemblance to the OnePlus 8 released earlier this year, with a glossy back, curved edges, a central logo, and a camera strip. The big difference is that the camera strip is now located at the upper left corner of the phone, whereas recent OnePlus phones have positioned it in the center. Another shot shows off the front of the phone, revealing a dual selfie camera that's cut out in the upper left corner of the screen, which is right here. The phone has thick and seemingly even bezels running all around the display. It looks similar to the bezels on the iPhone XR or 11, though without the upper notch. There appears to be a USB-C port and SIM tray on the bottom of the phone. The design was settled on, quote, really late in the process, OnePlus co-founder Carl Pei told Brownlee. Pei said OnePlus delayed the launch by a month in order to adjust the design so that the phone would look more consistent with other OnePlus devices. Earlier prototypes, which is what we saw, or which I showed earlier in the article. So OnePlus plans to fully unveil the Nord on July 21st. The phone is supposed to sell for less than $500 and launch first in India and Europe. OnePlus has confirmed it'll have 5G, shipping with the Snap 765G processor. Leaks point to a 6.55-inch OLED, 90 hertz refresh rate, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, and a 4,300 milliamp hour battery. So, like, I'm not hating on any of those specs. Those are really good specs at a $500 price point. If it's going to be more than $500, then we have another thing to discuss here. There's also the fact that we can sit here and say, well, why am I going to pay $500 for this when I can just buy a OnePlus 7T for $500, a OnePlus 7 Pro for $500, and have a Snapdragon 800 processor? You know, so you just don't get 5G on it unless 5G is now some critical point in your life where you need 5G today because you're going to keep this phone for the next 3 or 4 years, and you think 5G is just godsend to phone technology, which maybe it will be in the future, but it's not ready for it yet. Naturally, Pei teases a second unannounced OnePlus product in the interview, the OnePlus Buds. He appears to be wearing a light blue model. They're also supposed to be announced on July 21st. So let's just go into this real quick. This article from Review Geek. I don't even know how this article came to me here. So these OnePlus Buds, 30 hours of burdenless audio experience. So 30 hours, right, for these right here, 30 hours of battery life. After a series of leaks and rumors, OnePlus announced its plans to launch a set of true wireless earbuds along the Nord. Now, through a post on the OnePlus forum, the company's CEO is giving us a preview of the upcoming OnePlus Buds. The big news here is they have a 7-hour listening time. Coupled with their charging case, OnePlus says that you should get 30 hours of audio playback before plugging your OnePlus Buds into an outlet. That's significantly better than the Apple AirPods or Google Pixel Buds, which have a 5-hour listening time and a total battery life of around 24 hours with their charging case, which is great. I'm just wondering how good the audio experience is. If OnePlus' previous attempt at wireless earbuds are any indication, then the OnePlus Buds will support fast charging that blows away competing headphone manufacturers. But OnePlus hasn't mentioned anything about fast charging, so consider this speculation. Also, will it be wireless? Is the case wireless charging? Again, I haven't watched this video, so I have no idea what they talked about. I don't know if it was a good conversation or not. I'm assuming so. You know, MQBHD usually has pretty good video production, and at the end of the day, his videos I think are pretty entertaining, at least for tech enthusiasts. So anyway, we know what the OnePlus Buds look like now. Carl Pei sat in for an interview, blah, blah, blah. Like the AirPods, the OnePlus Buds have a long stem and a half in-ear design. In other words, they don't have silicone tips that sit on the outer rim of your ear. We expect to learn more about the Buds, including its price, during the OnePlus Nord launch event on July 21st. OnePlus suggests that the Buds are optimized for OnePlus phones, so there's a good chance that the products will share center stage next Tuesday. At the end of the day, these are all great products. I'm sure the OnePlus Nord is going to be a great phone with the specs it has. I think maybe the only thing I would be concerned about is how good the camera is. These OnePlus Buds, great battery life, right? Who knows about the sound quality? Who knows what other features it might have on it? I know I might sound cynical. Maybe I do. Maybe I sound very aggressive talking about the Nord and these Buds right now, but I just don't know enough. I guess maybe the chip on my shoulder is the fact that I was never on board with OnePlus going the route they did, making these higher end premium phones and then pricing them a lot higher than I really think they deserve to be at. But I can understand what they're doing if they're doing this in a marketing way where they want to make multiple devices. I just feel like they abandoned their core audience and now they're trying to reclaim that. That's it. I thought maybe I had another thought or two, but that's all I had. So let me get back into chat here. Darkman, X2G, also welcome to the stream. I think the stem helps with the voice calls. Okay, so if there's an actual use for it, but why does the stem help with voice calls for here? And what about like the Galaxy Buds, right? That's a little different. The Pixel Buds. But then again, if I guess if you didn't put a stem, then you would just have something just like the Galaxy Buds or the Pixel Buds.